Mayfield Park will be opening its gates for the Austin Pond Society tour that's coming up in June. And we're going to be talking about the tour right now. Jeannie Ferrier, welcome to Central Texas Gardener. Great to have you back.
Well, thank you.
This is a big deal for people who love ponds and garden tours.
Yes, it's our 25th year, and it's going to be great.
Well, 25 years. It's hard to believe. Central Texas Gardener been there, I think, for every single one, helping out when we could. And, you know, I want to talk just real briefly about the experience of going on one of these tours, because I love it. I get to photograph all these different gardens. But the thing I really love is learning things from the owners.
Right. Even if you don't have a pond, it's a pond and garden tour. So you get to experience the entire garden. Mm-hmm. The owners will be out, you know, visiting with you. You can get the tricks of the trade, you know, in the pond and in the garden, what grows well, what works in the pond. And if you know, it's just a good experience, even if you don't have a pond.
Yeah. We're going to give people a taste of that experience. We're going to give a quick guided tour here. Let's talk about the Aiken Garden. This is one that I understand is really kind of over the top beautiful.
It is. It is huge, and it's spring fed.
Wow.
Yes, and he had it built, but he does a lot of work himself. And the latest thing is a pirate ship he built for his grandkids. His grandkids. It's over the top. It's beautiful. And the lilies, I think it's maybe the spring water. He grows beautiful lilies. So, and it's several different ponds with some bridges. It's a beautiful pond.
Well, you know, for out of the box creativity, you know, the idea of creating all those different fun elements in the garden is really wonderful. And why not, you know, really indulge your family, indulge kids, and create spaces that inspire that kind of magical experience, right?
Sure, because even my grandkids love to come to the pond, and they get to know fish and play with them and the plants, and we got to have some future gardeners here, and ponders.
Absolutely. Now, the next garden I want to talk about is the Boring Garden, but not boring.
Yeah, no.
Somebody's name, Boring.
It's Matt. Yes. He's actually a pond builder, but he has his own personal pond in his yard. And it's beautiful. And one thing I want to say about his pond, it's crystal clear. The filtration he uses through his bogs. You can count the pebbles at the bottom of his pond.
Wow.
It's beautiful. And he has little bridges and sitting areas. So when you go visit these ponds, you can just sit on a rock or in a chair and just take a few minutes.
Yeah, that's what gardens are for, right?
Right.
You know, so why not do that 6 or 8 times in a single day?
Right, and no need to rush.
Exactly. Well, and again, learning about kind of a natural filtration system, that would be fascinating.
Right.
You know, it's amazing what you can learn by having a pond, you know, and watching how the ecosystem responds to that source of water.
With the bogs, you know, you could like the, you know, hydroponic and aquaponic system and all the plants that grow in it. It's a great learning experience.
Yeah. Well, I want to take a moment just to learn a little bit about the Austin Pond Society itself. Tell me about the activities, because it's not just the tour.
No, we have a speaker 11 months out of the year. We meet on the third Monday at Zilker Botanical Garden, around 6:30 for dinner. Guests are always welcome. We have a membership, but we have great speakers. But over the last 10 years I've been a member, I have learned so much just from other members. What's worked, what hasn't worked. We trade fish, we trade, you know, plants. It's just a great experience.
Well, pass along fish to go with pass along plants.
Right.
That's awesome. The tour, let's talk real briefly about the basic details, because typically you could just go online and learn everything you need to know about how to sign up and get tickets, right?
Right. That's all you need to do, austinpondsociety.org.
Okay.
You go in, you buy your ticket, you have a wristband, and we're going to sell wristbands at Mayfield on both days.
Okay.
In case you didn't, but it's a little cheaper if you go online earlier.
Well, you mentioned Mayfield Park,
yes,
which is going to be on the tour this year, specifically for the ponds, and you're very proud of those ponds.
Oh, we are. The Pond Society took over one of the largest ponds about 3 years ago. We've put in a filtration system, a bog, and we've put about 30 rescue koi in there that we do.
That's a good idea, rescue koi.
Yes, because they're such large ponds. And it's a great place. Take your lunch there.
Okay.
And you can also buy our 25th Pond Tour shirt. It's going to be for sale there. on both days.
Well, let's get back on tour here. Let's talk about some more of these gardens. Tell me about the Brewster Garden.
Oh, make sure you bring your walking shoes, but it's a beautiful place. He's on a side of a hill, and he has stairs all the way down, and there's this huge pond and a dragon. You've got to walk all the way down. It's really cool. And then he has different water features over the whole property. There are little ponds that are tucked in here and there with some large koi. And then he has some lily ponds, and he has this just little water features all over. It's a beautiful place.
Another real experience. It sounds like descend to the dragon's lair.
Yeah.
Okay, very good. Well, tell me about the Jenkins Garden.
Oh, yes, that's out in Bastrop. We're featuring several ponds this year in Bastrop.
Okay.
So I believe there's 4 out there now.
Okay.
And her pond is beautiful. It's a little tricky. It looks like 2, but it's actually just, no, I'm sorry, it looks like 1, but it is actually 2 because the bridge is covering where the separate filtration systems are.
Okay.
But it looks like 1. It's really pretty, and she's got a koi pond, and then she has her lily pond.
Okay.
Because sometimes koi tear up lilies.
Yeah,
and the backdrop is a golf course, so it's beautiful.
Sounds
and
great.
Great seating area.
So there are a handful out there in Bastrop, so people can stop by. If they're out there and are busy, they can have a fun time just in Bastrop County.
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
cool, great. Let's talk about the Yura Garden.
Okay, he is a master gardener there at Silker. I've known him for years, and he's got streams. He's got a pond, but he's got several streams that just come through the yard, and the plantings everywhere are just gorgeous, and the sounds. It's just very lush, and he's an experienced gardener, and you can tell.
Okay, well, and ponds and gardens go hand in glove, and I think when the pond thing came about initially, there were a lot of people who just were all about the water and all about creating a pond. But then they started wanting to kind of blend that pond in with other things and create those kind of all-inclusive environments. And it works both ways, really.
Yes, it does.
Yeah.
Right. And you've got water right here to water your plants. And then in your bog, you can grow things in the heat of the summer in your bog that you cannot grow anywhere else in your yard.
That's true.
Because of constant water source.
And I think bog plants are underrated. There are a lot of really cool species you can use in a bog setting in Central Texas. A lot of native plants even.
Yeah.
That'll do really, really well there. All right, the next stop on our garden tour is the Bauer Garden. Tell me a little bit about that one. I hear there's a kind of an extreme element to this one.
Oh, it is. It's a little bit of a drive, but it's so worth the drive out in Spicewood.
Okay.
She has it's just a destination, and they do have a pond with the waterfall is coming through the grate of an old car. It's so cute. But you wander through the gardens, and she has sitting areas. There's an old piano, a grand piano with sedums and succulents growing out of it.
Sounds sweet.
And then she's right there on the lake, so you can sit there and just enjoy, just take the whole thing in. She has a lavender garden. It's beautiful, but don't miss that for sure.
You got to see the waterfall coming out of the grill of a car.
Yes, it is. It's something else.
And Jeannie, let's just kind of wrap up by letting people know that the tour is going to be happening again on the 1st and 2nd of June, correct?
Saturday and Sunday,
okay.
9 to 5.
9 to 5, but there is a night tour on Saturday.
Yes, and that's at 8 to 10:30.
All right.
So you can go home and rest a little bit and then come back to the Hales, and you don't want to miss the night.
Okay, can't think of anything more beautiful and romantic than sitting beside a pond in moonlight, so it's wonderful.
It's beautiful.
Okay, and people can learn more, of course, online at the austinpondsociety.org. Oh,
yes.
.org. Okay.
All the information's there. And this year you're going to be able to download to your phone the directions and let your directions take you.
Okay, very good. Well, Jeannie, thank you so much for being part of the show.
Well, thank you very much.
Okay.
Enjoy the tour.
All right. Coming up next, it's Daphne.